Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm really excited because I haven't done a makeup video in a while. I'm going to be talking about my all-time favorite drugstore makeup products. There are so many products in the drugstore, and it's really hard to figure out which ones are good and which ones are not good because drugstore is really hit or miss, I find. So I wanted to share with you the products that I think are actually worth picking up at the drugstore. And I'm really excited because I have some really good products here and I'm excited to share them with you guys. I'm only doing products that you can get at like Walgreens or CVS, not like lower price points like ColourPop and Morphe and stuff, because you can't really get those as easily as you can get like Maybelline or whatever. So that's what today's video is going to be about. But before we get into all that, you know the drill. I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button. I put out videos every Tuesday. Makeup, fashion, lifestyle, anything you could ask for, I have here. So you should hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Both of those things would really help me out and I'd really appreciate it. So let's get into this. Sorry about the lighting, my blind, the lighting outside. It's doing something different. So first product I want to talk about is a primer, and it is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is a dupe for the Tatcha Luminous Silk Primer, I think is the name of it. And that primer is so good, but I tested this one and the Tatcha one like half and half on my face, and they worked the exact same. So if you can get your hands on this, it's like 1/8 of the price and works just as well. So what I do is I like scrape some off like that, and then I put it in between my fingers and like warm it up, and then focus it on places where my pores are like popping. And it just gives such a nice finish to whatever you put on top of it. It just gives you that flawless base. That it's not like hydrating and it's not like mattifying, but it just is like silky and fills in those pores really well. So I would really recommend it because it works for every single skin type. Okay, so as you guys know, I don't wear foundation because my skin has just gotten so sensitive that I just can't. But my pretty much all-time favorite foundation is the L'Oreal Pro Matte, because I have super oily skin, and this, every time I would wear this foundation, I would get compliments. Like, it is the perfect amount of coverage where it covers all your redness and like blemishes and scars and everything, but it doesn't look cakey. It just looks like naturally beautiful. This is just a really good product, just as good as like a foundation from Sephora. All-time favorite concealer from the drugstore is literally the cheapest concealer I think you can find. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This literally hits so different. It is so creamy and like gives such nice coverage. It almost reminds me of like NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's like that good. I'll show you the magic it does. Like, do you see that? Look at that finish. It's so pretty and such nice coverage. Like, my under eye issues are all gone. And I literally think this concealer is $4, guys. Like, it doesn't get any cheaper than this, and it is so good. Like, even just that step made my face look so much more one tone. So yeah, I can't rave enough about this concealer. So for setting powder, I hate spending money on setting powder. Like, Laura Mercier, a $40 setting powder, like, that's crazy. That's like an eyeshadow palette that's gonna last me years versus a powder that like, oh my God, I can't be bothered. So I like to find cheaper alternatives to like loose setting powder. And I love this one from the drugstore. This is a classic. It's been around for like decades at this point. It's the Coty Airspun Translucent Powder. You can get this at Walgreens. It is just like the ultimate setting powder. It does everything a setting powder needs to do. Keeps you like looking matte, sets your makeup in place. It is huge as well. It has a ton of product, lasts forever, and it is a good setting powder. The only qualm people have with it is the fact that it is scented and it kind of just smells like a grandma. So I dump it in the cap and then just take a brush and dust it all over my face. Okay, I know I look ghostly white right now, but I think my base looks bomb. Like, those products all work so harmoniously, but we'll add bronzer in a second so I don't look so scary. Okay, so all-time favorite drugstore bronzer. This bronzer's so good. It could be priced at like 40 bucks and I would buy it, I swear to God. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It is so pretty. It's not shiny, but it's luminous. It's such a creamy formula. It looks so nice on the skin. They have a couple of shades. If I were to recommend one out of this haul, it would be this. I just take like a massive fan brush like this, dip it in. Like, look at that. That is so pretty. It is just such a nice tone. So creamy, blends easily. I can't get enough of this, honestly. Like, look at that, guys. Look at this half compared to that half. It just brings everything to a new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Like, dang, this is such a good job. You guys have to check this out if you haven't yet. Okay, if you know me, you know I love blush. I have a pretty expansive blush collection. I love it. It is underrated, okay? Blush is underrated. It can severely make or break a look. I love it. However, this blush will go with every single look you ever do in your entire life. If I were to have one blush in my collection, it would be this one. Hands down, beats all of the high-end ones. It is the Milani Luminoso. It's like a peachy, and it has this sheen to it, and it just brings your face to life. So let's get my blush brush and let's do this. And then I always put blush on my nose. It makes you look so cute and brings even more life to your face. Like, you see how that's like gives me a little bit of luminosity but not like shiny. It doesn't make me look oily. It just makes me look like, you know what I mean? I can't get enough of this blush. Seriously, like, you need it, and every single person needs it in your collection. Hands down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing. You need it in your collection. Okay, the lighting's insane over there, so I'm moving over here. Sorry, the backdrop ends there, but the lighting is just so much better at this angle, so I'm gonna stay over here, ignore the ratchetness happening back there. Alright guys, if you have seen my highlighter collection video, you have probably heard me rave about these highlighters. Let's start with Wet n Wild. So these were probably the first drugstore highlighters. Only really high-end makeup companies had them, but then Wet n Wild came out with these and it was like game changing. They're the Wet n Wild highlighting Mega Glow highlighting powder. My God, Mega Glow highlighting powders. I think these are like $5 as well. I love Wet n Wild. They really kill the game. So definitely would recommend these. And the other drugstore highlighters I can't recommend enough are the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. These highlighters are just as good, if not better, than like any high-end highlighter I've ever tried. They are so creamy to the point where it's almost buttery. Like, they're almost a jelly formula, but it's not. It's a powder, but it's just so creamy that it's like, you know what I mean? I prefer these ones over the Wet n Wild, but the Wet n Wild are still really, really good. Maybelline's doing something right with these. I don't know what it is, but it's right. So since I'm pale, I think I'm gonna go in with number 250, whatever that means. Like, do you see that? Are you kidding me? Are you like, is that allowed? Is this allowed?
Is this allowed? What the fuck? Is that allowed?
in my search for drugstore makeup that's actually worth it, it's been a struggle to find eyeshadow. I don't know why, but I don't think drugstore brands have really gotten down eyeshadow formulas. I don't know if they're more expensive to make. I don't know what it is, but they have a hard time. But one little itty bitty palette that I found that I really enjoy is this little one from Revlon. It's called Player, and it's just, I really like the color story in it. Like, I feel like this is kind of bold for a drugstore palette. I really enjoy using these over here. It's not the best palette I've ever used. It's not like game changing, but I really just enjoyed the color story, and the formula is like pretty good. So I'm gonna use this today, and I think I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild concealer and make a little like graphic wing looking thing, and then fill it in with some of these shades. Okay, so this is the finished eye look. I am so happy with it. Those shadows performed even better than I remember them, especially that shimmery baby blue color. This eye look is very like 60s, and I'm really into it. Yeah, that was fun. So I'm still kind of on the hunt for a drugstore lip product that I love. I found ones that I like, but not ones that I'm like, except the Maybelline lip liners. These are really nice, really creamy, and have a great color selection. A lot of them I find are dupes for Kylie Cosmetics lip liners. I can't find my favorite one right now, which I'm kind of sad about, but my favorite one is like a nude that is exactly like Candy K from Kylie. But right now I have this one in my hand. It is a perfect like just neutral nude. It is called Nude Whisper, and like look how pigmented and creamy that is. I love it. I love these lip liners. Sometimes I find that drugstores don't really get lip colors down. I don't know why, but they always just have some like whack lip colors out there. But the tones in these lip liners are really, really nice. So yeah, definitely would recommend these. The very last product I want to share is a makeup remover. So I have super sensitive skin, so my dermatologist recommended that I use a micellar water. I found one that I love. It's the Garnier micellar cleansing water. I have a massive one right here with me, but this is the one with no oil, no alcohol, and no fragrance. So it's not gonna make me oily. There's no alcohol that will dry my skin out, and there's no fragrances that will irritate my sensitive skin. And this really, really works. I don't even understand what micellar water is, to be honest, but I put this on just like a cotton pad and wipe my makeup off. It comes off so nicely. I don't have to scrub around my eye area, which is really, really important when removing your makeup so you don't get wrinkles. But if you're looking for a makeup remover, maybe if you have sensitive skin or trying to find one that works for you, try this Garnier. It's the pink one. Just look for the Garnier pink one because that's the one without alcohol, fragrance, or oil. All right, we're gonna go back to the weird lighting for the outro. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This video was super fun to film. I really like getting down to like the nitty gritty with these products and giving you the details on why I like them. I know I'm a college student, I can be balling on a budget sometimes, so I like to find drugstore products that actually work and I don't waste my money on, because even if it is $10, like that sucks if you buy something for $10 and it's not good. And you can't test things in the drugstore, so I find videos like this to be really helpful because you can't really get samples or just try it on in the store or anything. I find it harder to shop for drugstore makeup than like at Sephora or Ulta. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And that's all I have for you. So stay on fleek, friends. Bye.